The following are three exchanges between a client and an international banker. For their privacy, their names has been changed to B for banker and C for the client. And on screen, you will see the exchange itself.
The 11th of December 2018. Dear B, first, thanks for the very analytical information on the current US-China situation. It sounds like those now living in the US are particularly vulnerable. Do you advise them all to try to move to Canada if they don't like coming back to HK, capital C?
The 19th of December 2018. Dear C, I finally have time to give you a detailed answer to an important question for all people in the world of Chinese ethnicity. Do share it with those whom you think may need to be aware. Canada, in terms of the higher percentage of Chinese in the overall population, higher multi-ethnicity, and more open-mindedness in general, should be safer than the US and countries like Australia. But anything is possible these days with the social instability in the West. There are three key words overseas Chinese should remember and do as a practical precaution no matter where they may be. 1. Unite. 2. Organize. 3. Reach out. 1. Unite. I do not suggest that you oppose the local government. Instead, connect with your fellow Chinese. Unity is strength and power. Find local social and religious groups and connect with them. It is essential for you to learn about what is happening, what others are doing and share experience and knowledge with them. If you are close to a Chinatown, there are some very resourceful organizations like churches, social service and business groups you should start networking with. Join their regular activities. Do not be isolated in these times. Also, do not forget there are local Chinese organizations with muscles that can be reached through such liaison for potential protection. 2. Organize. Participate in the local political process. Find a voice or organizations that work to present your point of views, explain misconceptions, and represent your group interests. Know how to find protection and help from your nearest Chinese consular office. For Chinese nationals, there is a universal number you can call anywhere in the world in case of emergency: 12308. Form a network of legal aids, community welfare groups, concerned citizens and rescue support units. Organize get-togethers and socialize with each other. If you appear strong, they would be wary about taking actions against you, giving you time to secure yourself and your family. Find out the truths about China and share them with each other. Western reporting about China is unreliable. They are mostly inaccurate, and always slanted. Their media is controlled by forces with ulterior motives. Get your own Chinese sources and learn from each other. 3. Reach out. This is the most important. Reach out to other ethnic groups. Let them know the predicament faced by local Chinese. Emphasize you are loyal, but concerned about the local reactionary forces. The vast majority of people are decent and sympathetic if they know the truths and provided with facts. Jews who survived the Holocaust were mostly helped by non-Jews with whom they had contact, and directed to safety. Reaching out is also critical to alleviate the spread of local prejudices and misinformation. Stand firm and unite with whomever you can unite. Jews learned from World War II that their fatal mistake was their individual selfishness. They would rather sell out one another than to get organized to resist, until it was too late. If they had united and worked courageously, many more would have escaped the Holocaust. If you try to pretend you were on the enemy side, you will be the first to become dispensable. That was what happened to the Jews in World War II who thought they would be safe by obeying and helping the Germans. Therefore, do not be afraid to speak the truth. The only thing that can save you is to relentlessly hold up the light of truth against the dark, evil forces. That will make you strong. If you turn the floodlight of truth back on Satan, he will back off. Do not be paranoid, but do not underestimate how fast a fascist movement or white terror can sweep across a society. You must start preparing contingency plans, but take things one day at a time, one step at a time. This atmosphere will last for some years. Do not be fooled by a temporary lull in the US-China conflict. Stay prepared and alert. Be psychologically and physically ready. Best regards, B. (2020/June/5). Dear all, I will not elaborate on the recent unrests in America here. However, I do feel the urgency to remind my Chinese friends living in foreign lands to prepare for the worst. A year and a half ago, at the end of 2018, I sent an email, attached below, to an inquiring friend about the safety of overseas Chinese under the unsavory trend in US-China relations. Since then, and especially after the pandemic outbreak, the risk to the personal security of Chinese abroad has risen. Be prepared. This is not something that will blow away after things die down. Do not be naive. Troubles in the West are dynastic in nature, not just periodic political wranglings or cyclical aberrations. Such structural transformation in history may take decades to be resolved. It is typically violent and brutal, and prone to racialist, religious and/or fascist extremes. Unfortunately, Chinese are now fair game. As an ethnic minority, Chinese will be targeted and blamed for problems which Western governments nowadays cannot solve. China's success has become an eyesore and a thorn on their sides. In addition, economic conditions as a result of the pandemic will be very harsh ahead. Intensifying social inequality will fuel escalating anger. They need to lay the blame on someone. Hopefully, the message in the attached email will start you preparing, instead of getting trapped when it is too late. Finally, jot down the universal phone number 12308. It is for Chinese overseas to reach their local PRC embassy's distress help desk. Regardless of your legal status, as an ethnic Chinese, they will do their best to help if you are in a desperate situation. Capital B.